Hey there everyone, welcoming you back to my channel. My name's Doster and today I'm responding to some comments, most particularly the comment from Ang3l. So I've received a lot of comments from my 365 no alcohol video. So lots of sober people, a lot of encouraging people, people sharing their stories. It's great to hear about all the other sober people out there and their journey with alcohol and coming out of addiction. And I would love to hear some more from you if you have seen that video, which you can find on my channel, of course. Now, I also received, I believe it was on the same video, a comment from Ang3l. So this is a two-part comment and I would like to read it to you to share with you. So Ang3l, thank you very much for this comment. This person says, I've been 24 days sober from my trauma bond marriage. My husband was the only thing I was ever addicted to. I'd leave, then he'd get me to go back, and every time I'd leave, then go back, it would get worse and worse. I'm in a domestic violence shelter and feeling better every day. I know sobriety from my husband sounds stupid, but escaping him saved my life. Well, Ang3l, first of all, it does not sound stupid. And yes, it is very understandable that you have had this relationship as a vice. When you're in a love relationship, your brain becomes conditioned and your heart, your emotional center, becomes conditioned in a certain habit of feelings, a certain nourishing of love. And if you can't get that love from somewhere else, you are going to definitely be very dependent upon that person. So it's a very tricky thing to be in that situation. Now, for the second part of your comment, we have what you have written here, which is sort of continuing on with this idea of addiction and leaving the addiction. Ang3l says, hiding it, cancelled plans, not talking about it, acting like everything is fine, isolation, constant guilt, shame, saying you'll never go back to it, then going back and feeling like a failure. This is exactly like what my abusive marriage felt like. I planned my escape for months, and it was almost like a high when I got away and got into the shelter safely. Then the withdrawals kicked in. 2 weeks into my stay here, a whole week of forcing myself to not to go back or call him. I'm in week 3 and doing amazing. I kept up with the military CID police interviews and he was finally arrested yesterday. They found spyware on my phone as well as lots of other things he was doing to me. It's so empowering when you finally choose your health and well-being over your toxic vice. Well, that is quite a story. I am very glad to hear that you have made it through that. And yes, it is very important that you put your safety, health, and well-being first. It is also to be understood that you're going to have some withdrawals. You're going to have a change. You're going through an emotional and psychological change. And of course, being in a safety shelter is going to help with that, being in a new environment. Another thing that helps a lot is writing in your journal. So one of the ways you can process this is to actually write down what happened. What were some of the things that you did with him? What were some of the things he said? What were some of the things you liked about him? Now, the problem, I can't speak too specifically about your situation, but the problem generally, what happens in a relationship when it breaks up, is that you never got to acknowledge both the good and the bad. So the bad things that this person has done to you, they will not understand. They will not acknowledge. They will not face. They will not ask for forgiveness. They're completely unconscious. Now, if they become conscious, then many years in the future, then they will understand how they have hurt you, and only then. So don't expect or accept an apology, because it's pretty much near impossible for someone to see their own in the way they inflict pain upon others while they're still in it. Now, the other thing that is important to acknowledge is the good from this person. The way they made you feel the love, the way you were able to intertwine with them, the way you were able to dance and do all the sorts of things that you did in that specific situation. And of course, I'm speaking broadly here, yeah? This is going for any kind of relationship. I can't speak to your specific situation because I don't know you. So this is not advice. This is not a thing that you should take as what I can give to you because I don't know your situation. It's not personal. I'm just speaking broadly here. So really, when we leave a relationship, there should be a period of acknowledging what happened, what was misunderstood, what was not acknowledged, and a moment of acknowledging both the good and the bad. So you're acknowledging exactly what happened, acknowledging what you're grateful for, what you're happy about, what you're glad happened, and also acknowledging, well, where were their shortcomings? Why was it toxic? Why was it a disappointment? Why was it not very good? Now, if this person's involved with the police, it sounds like they've got some serious problems going on and you should stay away from that person. So, Ocean Angel, thank you very much for sharing your story, and I hope everything is doing well for you. Please stay safe. Now, I also have a comment from Supreme Leader Ren, who has been a regular commenter. Sorry for the late reply on this one. I believe this is on one of my videos where we were talking about childhood conditioning and coming out of the psychological impressions that are put on you, and also a little bit about socialization and how you can consciously choose your beliefs and so on. So, Supreme Leader Ren says, "It's what happens when parenting fails. This is a major issue with modern Western society. If I have kids, I would not repeat my parents' mistakes with me. They were not strict with me at all, and I'm still learning how to deal with adult life. I'm almost 28. Well, Supreme Leader Ren, as I replied to your comment, you are at Jesus' age. The year of 28 years old is significant because that is the return of Saturn. That is where your biological system, particularly with the brain and your synaptic firings and your neural pathways, they are developed to their nth degree, yes? From here, it is up to you to take it further. It is up to here for you to consciously choose how you're going to undo this conditioning. Now, this comment you say about how you would not do to what your kids, what your parents have done to you, is something that you discover and explore in deconditioning systems or methods. Because if you do the opposite of your parents, you're actually still in relation to the conditioning. Whether you do what your parents did or you do the opposite of what they did, you're still contending with that as a phenomenon, as an influence over you. So don't make the mistake of thinking, I would not do what my parents said. Well, it's a little bit more subtle than that. It's a little bit more tricky. Now, there's a lot you can do. There's a lot of processes for deconditioning. You can do the primal deconditioning awareness intensive. You can do Path of Love, 7-day awareness intensive. You can do family constellations and energy work with those sort of workshops. You can also do, what's another one? Mystic Rose is another one, and also Born Again, Osho Born Again. So Osho Born Again, Mystic Rose, and even No Mind as well is very good for that. So another thing I would suggest is Supreme Leader Ren, it sounds like at this stage you want to take the next step and actually listen to my audiobook, because I talk about deconditioning and I also talk about the age of 28 years old in my book. Yeah, it's one of the chapters of life. We talk about the different stages of life and what you can do at that stage. It's very precious what you have. This instinct to grow out of your conditioning, this instinct to become more intelligent and explore and grow and learn, this is very precious. You need to nurture it. You need to continue it. You need to do the work, put in the exploration, go on the adventure, the journey of self-discovery, and really work with it. Don't give it up, because you can forget about it. You can just go back asleep and continue on with the life as it's always been, or you can take this calling. You can hear this intuition, yeah? It's a subtle thing. It's so precious. So check out my audiobook. It's long form content. That's important for you, because what we're doing here is just quick ideas, and the audiobook is long form, so we go deeper into the ideas. You get more of an idea, more of a connection of what we're on about. So that's comments for today. Thank you very much for tuning in. Please do subscribe to the channel. That helps me know that people are following along. And comment again and keep them coming. Let's keep this moving. Yeah, this is happening. Keep it going. Keep it going. Keep it moving. Keep on moving.